The research vessel bobbed gently on the calm waters. We had finally arrived in our designated area. It was a remote bay off the coast of Papua New Guinea. The sun was beginning its slow descent, casting long shadows across the deck. Our mission was to study the unique marine life in this relatively unexplored region. The team was excited to get started. We were eager to see what discoveries awaited us beneath the surface. The air was thick with humidity. The scent of salt water mingled with the sweet fragrance of exotic flowers. It drifted from the nearby jungle. As the light faded, the vibrant colors of the rainforest gradually melted into silhouettes. We were enveloped by a sense of remoteness. We felt very far from civilization. We were alone in a world of natural wonder. Nightfall arrived quickly in the tropics. The sky transformed into a canvas of deep indigo and twinkling stars. The air cooled slightly, but the humidity remained. A light mist began to rise from the water, adding an ethereal quality to the already captivating scene. On the ship, we switched on the deck lights. Their bright beams cut through the darkness. The lights illuminated the immediate surroundings. Below the surface, powerful underwater lamps flickered to life. They cast an eerie green glow. This illuminated the water, revealing glimpses of marine life moving in the depths. I stood alone on the deck. I was enjoying the stillness of the night. The gentle rocking of the ship and the soft lapping of water against the hull were the only sounds I could hear. The rest of the crew had retired to their cabins. They were exhausted after a long day of preparation. I felt a sense of isolation wash over me. The vastness of the ocean seemed to stretch out endlessly. I felt very small in comparison. The darkness beyond the ship's lights was all-encompassing. I felt a shiver run down my spine. I reminded myself that we were not entirely alone. The underwater lights were attracting marine life. Some of it was quite large. Suddenly a loud splash broke the silence. It startled me. I turned quickly towards the sound. It came from the starboard side of the ship. It was just beyond the reach of the deck lights. I strained my eyes, trying to pierce the darkness. I couldn't see anything. My heart raced. I listened intently for any further sounds. A few moments later I heard another splash. This time it was closer. It was followed by a series of ripples that spread out across the surface of the water. Something was out there moving around the ship. I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. Section 5. Eyes in the infrared. I hurried to the bridge. I grabbed the infrared camera. I rushed back to the deck. I aimed the camera towards the area where I'd heard the splashing. The camera's screen flickered to life. I gasped when I saw what it revealed. Several pairs of eyes glowed brightly in the darkness. They were moving steadily towards the ship. I zoomed in. I could see the distinct shapes of canoes. There were at least half a dozen of them. Each one was carrying several people. They were paddling silently towards the ship. They were completely hidden from view in the darkness. I suddenly felt very vulnerable. We were alone and outnumbered. I raced back to the bridge. I grabbed the radio mic. "Wake up a deckhand! Now!" I shouted urgently. I explained the situation. I felt a surge of relief when I heard the sound of footsteps hurrying up to the deck. We needed to establish a visible presence. We had to show whoever was out there that we were alert. We switched on all the exterior lights. The deckhand grabbed a powerful spotlight. He aimed it out into the darkness. We slowly scanned the area. We wanted to locate the canoes. We saw nothing. The canoes had vanished. It was as if they had melted back into the night. The rest of the night passed without incident. We remained on high alert. We couldn't shake off the uneasy feeling of being watched. As dawn approached, the sky lightened. The mist began to dissipate. We finally saw what had been lurking in the darkness. We were surrounded, but not by what we had feared. Small, handcrafted canoes bobbed gently on the water. They were filled with people. They were smiling and waving. They didn't look threatening at all. They were villagers from a nearby island. We had stumbled upon their ancestral fishing grounds. Our initial anxiety gave way to relief and then amusement. We had completely misinterpreted the situation. The villagers were just curious about our presence. They had approached during the night, using the glow of our lights to find us. We spent the morning interacting with the villagers. We used a combination of sign language and broken English. We learned about their culture. We shared stories. We even traded some of our supplies for some of their freshly caught fish. It was a humbling and heartwarming experience. As we finally weighed anchor and continued our journey, I couldn't help but reflect on the events of the previous night. The encounter served as a powerful reminder that things are not always as they seem. What had initially felt like a threatening situation turned out to be a beautiful example of human curiosity and connection. It was a reminder of the importance of keeping an open mind and approaching the unknown with a sense of wonder rather than fear. We left the bay with a newfound appreciation for the people of Papua New Guinea. We left with a deeper understanding of the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface of both the ocean and human interaction. It was an experience that would stay with me long after our research mission was complete. It was a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of approaching the world with a sense of humility and respect.